What's up, everybody? Rob here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, platinum versus gold. We are going to do the ultimate showdown between these two metals and go over a ton of information. Hopefully, you can learn a thing or two from this video on both platinum and gold, and finally learn a bit of why platinum seems to be so undervalued. So, before I start this video, I have to say that these are just for financial education, and I hope it does help you, but this is not to be taken as financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Also, if you do find some value from this video, I know people say it every single video, and I know everybody's like, I can't believe he's saying it again, but if you decide to smash that like button, I even got this fancy schmancy, makes me feel like a real YouTuber up in here with this like button. If you smash that like button, it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I've been putting in a lot of work with these videos. It might not look like it's a lot of work, but I do all the shooting, all the editing, and it takes a lot of my time. So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it because it helps with the YouTube algorithm and it helps this video be seen by more people. And if you would like to be subscribed to this channel, maybe I need another pillow with the subscribe, but if you want to click the subscribe down below and the bell afterwards, you'll be notified of all future videos. I don't make clickbait videos on this channel. I really do put my money where my mouth is when it comes to the videos that I make. If you guys know me, you know that I love platinum. I'm a big fan of the metal, so I do hold a bit of a bias there. We sell quite a bit of platinum through Mineral Exchange. I also am the owner of Mineral Exchange, so mineralexchange.com. If you want to join our email list, feel free to head on over there. But let's get into the video. Enough with the promo stuff. What's beautiful today is I have two 10-ounce Johnson Matthey bars. I have a Johnson Matthey 10-ounce platinum bar and a Johnson Matthey 10-ounce gold bar. I'm going to give you a quick close-up of these two bars. I also have a 1-ounce Johnson Matthey platinum and a 1-ounce Engelhard gold bar. So I will give you a close-up on those as well. What I want you to pay attention to is the density of these two metals. Look at how much more thin platinum is in comparison to gold. What's very great about this comparison is these are the exact counterparts of the two metals in their respective size classes here. I'm going to give you a close-up right now. 1 second. This is where you really can see the difference on the 1-ouncers. All right. So, as you can tell, platinum is quite a bit more thin than gold. Now, this is because it has a higher density than gold. It's actually an extremely hard metal to refine. The history of platinum and why it's even called platinum in Spanish actually means little silver, because it was just a nuisance. It was a nuisance to them because when they were first mining this metal, it has a 3,000 degree melting point. So before we got to more modern times, nobody knew how to refine it. It just was a nuisance. Like, what is this metal that we can't get out of the other metals? You know, I'm trying to get the silver, but we got this little silver that we call platinum, which was platina to them. What is this metal? What is this annoying substance? It wasn't until about 300 years ago that we actually found out how to refine platinum. So it's a very new metal. And the difference between platinum and gold is gold has been mined and stored and refined for forever, almost since Egyptian times, and even further past that, So the thing about gold is it is mostly, and when I say mostly, for the major majority of gold is just stored as money. And the reason why there's so much gold above ground, there's actually, this is a surprising statistic, there is 8 times more gold above ground than silver. Now, this is about platinum and gold, this video, but there's 8 times more gold above ground than silver. A lot of people are shocked to find that out. Obviously, there is far more gold than there is platinum, because platinum is extremely scarce in comparison to gold. And there's the common phrase that there's 30 times more gold than there is platinum, but I actually think it's a lot more than that. And I'm going to go into detail on that as well. The reason why there's so much gold above ground is because there's not much use for it in industry. And if there is any use for it, it doesn't make economic sense for how expensive gold is. So that is why we have always backed our money to gold, because it is somewhat evenly distributed throughout the world. And it's still hard to get, but there's enough of it to satisfy the demand of money. And so because it has been able to be refined for so long, that's why there's so much gold above ground. There's a few different ways to look at this. Some can be bullish about gold, because if we do go back to a gold standard, and right now with all the uncertainty going on, the first thing central banks would do to protect, their assets would be go into gold, because that's what they know and that's what's available to back the money to. That's the bullish case for gold, which I think will play out. Now, the bearish case for gold is there is a lot of it. And who owns most of the gold? The governments do. So that is one of the points the Bitcoin crowd makes. And for me, that's one of the major bullish cases for platinum that not everybody is bringing up or talking about. And as you all know, on my video, when I do make videos, I like to talk about real information, things that I really do with my own money. And I'm very much a fan of platinum. So I think I said it already in the video, but I want to say it again. I hold platinum. I hold gold too as well, but I'm very bullish on platinum, and I have been bullish on platinum since the low 800s. The reason why I think that makes a major bull case for platinum is, and I hate to make this reference, but I almost consider platinum similar to Bitcoin in a way. And I know they're completely different things, but hear me out. Most of the platinum is in Africa. And when I say most of it, I think it's like 90% of the Earth's platinum is in Africa that hasn't been mined yet. Some is in Russia. I believe there's a little bit in Canada and some in South America, but the majority is in Africa. It's kind of hard to import-export right now, wouldn't you say? But the majority of it is in the dirt. And the platinum that has been taken above ground, it doesn't get stored in vaults. And also keep in mind that platinum has only been able to be refined over the past, say, 300 years. I believe Johnson Matthey was the first to refine platinum. Ironically enough, the first kilograms were made by Johnson Matthey and dispersed throughout the world as the standard issue for a kilogram. That was made out of platinum because it was the most dense and the most durable metal. And we're going to get into that as well on how these are both noble metals, but platinum is actually more of a noble metal than gold. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit, but let's finish on this point on why I consider it similar to Bitcoin in a way, not on the tech aspect of it or anything like that, on the mining aspect of it. If you were in the Bitcoin boom in the very beginning, you know that we could almost mine the stuff on our phone back then because there was so much available to be mined. If you know Bitcoin, if you watch my videos, I've made quite a few Bitcoin videos if you want to go back to those, including one just before this video. But in the beginning days of Bitcoin, it was easier to mine, much easier to mine, and it's getting harder and harder to mine as we approach that 21 million hard stop on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually the most ultimately finite currency out there because it ends at 21 million. As we approach that 21 million figure, it becomes more and more hard to mine and expensive to mine Bitcoin. It's more electrical costs, all of that. Why do I relate that to platinum? Well, It's only been able to be refined up to 300 years ago. So most of it is still in the dirt. There's quite a bit of it in the dirt. And people are actually shocked to find out that platinum is 6 parts per billion in the Earth's crust, whereas gold is 5 parts per billion. There's actually more platinum in the world than there is gold. Isn't that shocking? So if that argument comes to play, well, you can't use platinum as money, well, actually, you could. The argument is you can't use platinum as money because there isn't as much of it as there is gold that you can actually have enough to satisfy the demand. Well, you actually could. Just like Bitcoin in the early days, you actually could, but you'd have to go out and mine it. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? Because right now, the governments hold most of the gold. They don't hold most of the platinum. They don't hold most of the silver, but they hold most of the gold. So right now, if you were in a fiat currency bubble, now there is a bullish case as well, which is why I believe in holding a lot of gold as well. But the bullish case is the governments finally go, hey, this fiat currency system is not working. We're kind of getting exposed here by how bad of a system this fiat currency is. We have to go back to a gold standard. Now, then gold would flip overnight and be worth 30, 40,000 an ounce. But what would that do to platinum? I think platinum would probably go up with that. But that's the bull case, and it's very possible that happens. I actually hope that happens at some point because, you know, that could be an hour-long rant right there. But the bearish case, in a sense, is that it's if you were in control of fiat currency and you were like a child that didn't want to own up to something that they did, you know, they got caught stealing or something and they don't want to own up to it, you know, they're going to be like, okay, well, we should probably keep the price of gold down, you know, probably would be for the best interests, you know, because the fiat currency thing is kind of like getting away with, you know, fill in the blank. But platinum, on the other hand, it hasn't been mined. 90% of it is still in the Earth's crust, you know, more than that. So it's sitting there in the Earth's crust waiting to be mined, but it gets better. There is enough in the Earth's crust to have more platinum in the world above ground than there is gold. You just have to mine it. And the other beautiful part about platinum, and why I consider it, and this goes into the noble aspect part of the metal, it is far more of a noble metal than gold. It is. It is much. Imagine this, okay? If you're going to work into the modern money, do you want money that's able to easily be melted down, or do you want to have 3,000 degree melting point to make this into a 995 pure bar? It's kind of unique because it's not easy to mine it. Not a lot of it has been mined yet. There is enough to have as much of it above ground as gold. And then when you have it, the reason I wanted to bring up the thinness of it, obviously everything that comes into mineral exchange is tested by our XRF gun. But the truth is, when I hold an ounce of platinum, look how razor thin that is. I have had fake platinum bars. Due to the density of platinum and how thin it is at the 1 ounce range and at the 10 ounce range, it's like when you hold it in your hand, you know it's platinum. You just know it. And if I'm sure there's dealers watching my video right now, they know what I'm talking about. You hold a 10 ounce platinum bar, try to fake that with a different metal. Really, like with gold, you can fill it with tungsten. You can do a lot of things with it where it can pass the sniff test. But with platinum, you can't. You can. If you're a seasoned dealer, the second you hold platinum, you go, yep, that's platinum. It really is like that. And I'm such a fan of the 10 ounce platinum bars because a piece of advice in this video is stay away from the fractional pieces. Some people get mad at me for saying that, but if you actually calculate it, if you have say a gram of platinum and you calculate it 31.1 times, whatever cost you paid for that gram, it usually comes out to like 2,000 an ounce, if not more. And it's like, okay, well, you're not really making an investment at that point. If you're paying 100% more than, or 90% more than its current, ask price. With the 10-ounce bars, you can actually get a realistic premium, which is why I specialize in 10-ounce bars at Mineral Exchange. If you're interested, head on over to the website. You can get them anywhere, but we specialize in those. But again, the second you hold 10-ounce platinum bars or a 1-ounce platinum bar and you see it and you feel it in your hand, obviously test everything, but very, very hard to fake, which would make it a great money. And the other argument too is, I warned you in the beginning of the video that I have a bias here because I do love gold as well. I'm not trying to bash on gold because gold could very well be flipped. We could have the gold standard over again and flip to a ridiculous upside in gold. And it's readily available to be there at that time. I'm just saying that if I was going to consider something to be the new start of money, back to money to something, platinum is like the beginning days of Bitcoin, where it's like, okay, well, we can mine enough of this to satisfy the demand. There just isn't very much of it out there right now, but we could satisfy that demand if we wanted to. And I know that's a long shot, but I think that's a very unique thing. And I don't think everybody understands that there's more platinum in the dirt than there is gold. Slightly more, but there is more. 6 parts per billion versus 5 parts per billion. With the noble aspect part of it, the fact that having a 3,000 degree melting point is very unique, and platinum is used for quite a bit more things than just catalytic converters. A lot of people say platinum fell strictly due to catalytic converters, and that's correct. The majority of platinum is used in catalytic converters, and this rolls into my next point with platinum. 90% roughly of platinum above ground, and this is where the supply argument comes into play, is used for industry. So if you can imagine, if you mine 100 ounces of platinum, 90 of those 100 are going to be used in something, whether it's a catalytic converter, whether it's medical equipment, or whether it's medicine to fight, say, cancer and all these different diseases. Platinum is used for quite an array of different things. I suggest looking more into the uses of platinum, and with a 3,000 degree melting point and the ability to filter air and clean air, I just see there being another use for platinum. And that's just a possibility. It's not definite yet, but word is on the street that there could be much more uses for platinum in the industrial space. But right now, currently, 90% of platinum is used in industry. So that's where there's some people that say, well, there should be about 350 billion of platinum that has been mined, which is already ridiculously low when you compare it to the $10 trillion. I'm just talking rough figures. I think it's 8 to 12 trillion or something like that with gold, but we don't really know the exact number. Same thing with platinum, but it actually is a little bit harder, or a lot harder, to find out how much platinum is out there because 90% of it is used in industry. So if you mine 100 ounces of it, 90% of it is going into something. 10% of it is stored. So the actual amount of platinum that is stored at 999 pure, 995 pure is marginal. You could actually fit all of the platinum that is out there above ground in like your garage. That's how rare platinum is. You can't say the same with gold. But the market cap of platinum, if you're talking about all the platinum that has ever been mined, keep in mind most of the platinum that is mined every year is from recycling old catalytic converters, recycling old medical equipment. That's where I think it's like somewhere between 10 and 20% of platinum that is mined, they say mined in the year, comes from recycled goods. Pretty eye-opening, excuse me. So when you talk about the market cap of these two metals, the platinum here, this Johnson Matthey platinum bar, is actually part of a market cap that is somewhere around 10 to 15 billion from what I hear on the street. Some people are even saying it's as low as 8 billion. And we're talking about platinum that is sitting at 9995 pure, pretty much as pure as it is. They have to put that 5 at the end just in case, because it's very, very hard to refine, whereas gold gets down to 9999. To think that there is a possibility of only around 10 billion of that metal above ground ready to be used for something, it's just wild when you consider 10 billion versus 10 trillion. Now, I know there are some people out there that say, you know, there's been about 350 billion worth of platinum that has been mined, but keep in mind, a lot of that is in landfills. A lot of that is being used in some kind of equipment. A lot of that is in cars that you see on the road. So it's not actually above ground sitting there as a bar per se. I'm talking about something that is this, sitting somewhere ready to be used. The word is that it's about 10 billion. Now, it's very hard to map that, but let's just say it's 350 billion. Shoot, let's just say it's less than 500 billion. The market cap of gold is roughly 10 trillion. 10 trillion versus let's just say less than 500 billion. That's 100% true. So we'll just say at least less than 500 billion, but some people say it could be as low as 10 billion. Pretty wild when you realize just how rare platinum is and just how unique of a metal. I mean, I have a friend that's a chemist, and they talk about, of all the metals that people wanted to play with in the lab, platinum is like this very oddball metal that people really enjoy trying to learn more about. It's like 3,000 degree melting point, extremely hard to refine, extremely hard to mine it. It's much more deep in the Earth's crust than gold. Just a lot of unique factors to platinum and why I think it's so great to have as a hedge in a metals portfolio. Again, my videos aren't for advice. This is what I do with my own money and just throwing some educational content out there for you to make your own decisions on things. But the more research I do on platinum, the more I realize that this is a very unique metal. And I made a video in the past, and ironically enough, my most viewed video that I've done a video with 100,000 worth of silver and 100,000 worth of gold and real clickbaity looking thumbnail. And that video still hasn't gotten as much views as the video on platinum that I did where I disagreed with Mike Maloney. I disagreed with Mike Maloney that platinum can in fact be used as money. I still believe that to this day. You want to know how I can, my last point on why I can really believe that? Last time I checked, how much was a platinum eagle from the mint? Because last time I checked, it was $100. How much is a gold eagle from the mint? $50 denomination. Interesting. So when people say it can't be used as money, well, it is used as money. Kind of mic drop. It is used as money. And not only is it used as money, but it's used as double the denomination. Now, obviously, that denomination is ridiculously low because, you know, they got to back that up and they don't want to take any risk on backing that up. But they were willing to risk that platinum is so rare that they could double the denomination of gold. That's not me doing that. That's the U.S. Mint doing that. So when people say it can't be used as money, it is used as money. So throw that out the window. And when you say it can't be used as money, well, you would just have to increase mining operations like the beginning days of Bitcoin, where you'd have to mine it and there'd be a demand for it. And I love that idea because it almost puts the power back in people's hands in a sense, because it's not held in vaults like it is with gold. It's not just sitting there ready to be used as money. If we wanted to use it as money again, we'd have to start from scratch. And isn't that kind of a beautiful thing? Also, the fact that it's so hard to fake platinum. If anything, I mean, obviously, you got this beautiful gold metal, you know, and you want to use this. I mean, I have a gold Yachtmaster. I love gold, obviously. We're always going to be using gold for jewelry. But I actually didn't even talk about that. The fact is, I believe it's somewhere, if you took jewelry out of the picture, I think that less than 10% of gold is used in industrial purposes, which is like computer, electronics, and stuff like that. If you include jewelry, I think it's somewhere around 20%. We're talking somewhere around, let's just say 75 to 90% of gold is stored in vaults, majority in central banks and government vaults. Something to be said about that. And if that did flip, could you imagine? Could you imagine if 90% of platinum was stored as money? That would double the price overnight. And if it actually made sense, we would have a price of platinum that was double the price of gold, like the mint says so. The mint says $50 for a gold eagle. It says $100 for a platinum eagle. So I have always been a big advocate of platinum. I've been a big advocate of silver. and I do my best to remain consistent on this channel. I don't like being the talking hands channels. I put my face out there because I want to document this, and I also want to help people as well. And I don't want to just put content out there that's clickbait, that doesn't hold any substance. It's really important to me. I'm majorly bullish on platinum. My personal portfolio, I'm majority silver. Next up is platinum. Next up is Bitcoin, then gold after that. And I know a lot of people think I'm a little crazy for that, but it's worked out in my favor. I've been bullish on platinum since the low 800s. I've been bullish on silver since the low teens, and I have videos to document that. And gold, I am bullish as well. But I think the ultimate ROI, there is a huge potential in silver, and there's a huge potential in platinum. If you haven't watched my other videos, I did a video where it was platinum versus gold versus silver. This one, I just focused on gold and platinum. I hope I didn't just like completely bash gold, but I wanted to share some eye-opening statistics about platinum and why I think, and I've used this analogy in the past, it's like when you go to play poker, there's the black chip, and that's usually the most expensive chip, and you got the red chip and like a green chip and a blue chip. I think platinum is the black chip. In my mind, I consider it like, oh, wow, that's platinum. And so do credit cards, by the way. And all these companies, they're like, oh, you got the platinum membership. You got the platinum credit card. They always consider that the best. But for some reason, it's half the price of gold. But it's actually, it used to be half the price of gold. Now it's starting to catch up a little bit. Now it broke past 1,000. And I think that was a key resistance level when it broke past 1,000. And it just seems to be cutting through 1,000 like butter. We'll see if it can start getting some legs on platinum. But I'm very bullish on the metal. And if there happen to become more uses for the metal, I just think it's got a very unique, let's say, skill set. Being at 3,000 degree melting point, it's just a super unique metal. And I like to hold it in my portfolio. That's me personally. I hope that this video did shed some light and helped inform you on some things you might not have known about platinum and gold. If it did, I would really appreciate you putting a thumbs up on this video and subscribing. If you want to subscribe, if you click the bell, you'll be notified of all future videos. Also, please comment down below whether you think platinum is going to have the best ROI or whether you think gold is going to have the best ROI. I would love to hear from you on which one you like more. Do you like platinum more? Do you like gold more? And why? What did I miss out on in this video? And what do you agree or disagree with on the points that were made in this video? Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Signing out.